Welcome back to MagicMinute Stories, the place for fun. Feel-good kids stories packed with learning, kindness, and laughter. Today's animated adventure is a bedtime story about a doctor called Dr. Grace and the day the laughter got lost. Funny and heartwarming tale for kids aged 3 to 8. When the animals of Giggle Grove stop laughing, Dr. Grace must use her imagination, a tickle feather, and a very silly kazoo to bring joy back to the forest. So get comfy, press play, and enjoy a story full of giggles, friendship, and silly surprises. Let's begin. Dr. Grace was relaxing in her treehouse after a busy day of healing boo-boos and helping woodland creatures. She loved her life in Wonder Wood. Being a doctor was fun. Suddenly, the peaceful atmosphere was broken by the loud flapping of wings and a firm knock on the window. Tied to the leg of the very serious-looking owl, who had arrived at Dr. Grace's window, was a letter addressed to Dr. Grace. Curious, she untied the letter and read it aloud. Dear Dr. Grace, something strange has happened in Giggle Grove. The laughter is gone. All the animals have forgotten how to giggle, snort, or chuckle. Please help us bring it back. Yours hopefully, Mayor Marmot. Dr. Grace gasped as the mayor of Giggle Grove. It was Mayor Marmot's job to keep everyone happy and giggly. If he was worried, then it was time for Dr. Grace to pack her bag. I wonder if they've forgotten how to giggle because they're sick, she said out loud. Then she looked at her colorful socks and smiled. Well, only one way to find out. Better put on my detective coat. After grabbing her Giggle-O-Meter, 3 banana peels, and her emergency tickle feather, Dr. Grace set off through the trees towards Giggle Grove. Her trusty Giggle-O-Meter beeped and flashed as she walked. She hoped it would lead her to wherever the laughter had gone. Soon, she came to the entrance of Giggle Grove, but instead of the usual joyous atmosphere, everything was unnaturally silent. This is really weird, she said softly. Even a giggle, snort, or a snicker bark. Something's definitely wrong. Dr. Grace took a deep breath and stepped inside. The forest floor was covered with a carpet of dry leaves, and the air smelled like cinnamon and pine. The Giggle-O-Meter beeped again, guiding her deeper into the woods. Suddenly, Dr. Grace heard some slow, plodding footsteps. Hello, is someone there? She called out. A moment later, a brown turtle poked his head out from under a large toadstool. He looked very serious. Hi there, Dr. Grace, he said slowly. I haven't seen you around before. Oh, I'm just visiting, she replied warmly. What's your name? Toby. I'm Toby the ticklish turtle. He paused. Though I guess I don't feel very ticklish today. Confused, Dr. Grace sat down next to him on a log. Why not? You look like you need a good giggle. No one's laughing today, Toby said sadly, so I forgot how. Dr. Grace thought for a moment. Well, then let's fix that. Hold still, this might tickle. She waved her tickle feather in front of his face. At first, nothing happened. Then Toby started to shake. He laughed. Oh no, it's back. It tickles. He rolled over on his back, kicking his legs in the air. One giggle down, a whole grove to go, Dr. Grace said with a grin. She continued on, following the beeps of her Giggle-O-Meter. She hopped over a fallen log and walked past some blue mushrooms. Suddenly, she heard a loud crash and a small squeak. Who's there? She asked. Out jumped a little brown squirrel. Ah, sorry, didn't see you there. The squirrel squeaked. I'm Sally the squirrel. Nice to meet you, Sally. Are you all right? Dr. Grace asked, noticing that the squirrel was holding a huge pile of acorns on her head. Ah, they're all on my head, Sally cried. All my acorns have fallen out of my tree. And when I tried to jump and grab them, I bumped my head and now they're all stuck on my hair. Dr. Grace chuckled. Even squirrels need a laugh break. Let's try a riddle. I'm small and round and live in a tree. Squirrels like me love to chatter and climb. What am I? Is it an acorn? Sally asked. Correct. It's an acorn. Ha ha ha. Sally laughed, shaking her head so hard that some acorns fell off. Careful, Dr. Grace warned with a smile. Don't lose your grip. Sally nodded. You're right. It's time to lighten up and have some fun. Just then, she slipped, and the rest of the acorns fell onto her head. Aha! I think I need to find another hiding spot, she said with a wink. Dr. Grace watched her scamper away before continuing on her quest to bring back the laughter. As the sun began to set, the trees grew darker and the shadows longer. Dr. Grace hurried along, calling out, Hello, is anyone here? Suddenly, she saw a moose with a very long face standing by a muddy pond. "Hello," she called out. "I'm Melvin the musical moose," he replied in a sad nasal voice. "I'm afraid I'm not very musical without my kazoo." Dr. Grace tilted her head. "A kazoo? Why do you need a kazoo to make music? To play my favorite song?" "I need my kazoo. I've looked everywhere, but I can't find it anywhere." Dr. Grace looked around. The light was fading fast, and soon it would be too dark to find whatever was missing.
"Melvin,
"Have you checked your antlers?" she asked. Melvin shook his head slowly. "Haven't had time. Maybe I'll have better luck searching tomorrow." "No need, Dr. Grace," Melvin said suddenly. "I hear my favorite tune. MMMPH. It is in my antlers."
What?
"Then let's jam," Dr. Grace exclaimed. The musical moose started playing a catchy tune. The turtle tapped his shell like a drum, and the squirrel used some nuts as percussion. Dr. Grace danced while humming along. Soon other animals joined in, tapping their feet, shaking their hips, and clapping their paws. They were having so much fun that soon the clearing was filled with joyful giggles, snickers, barks, and honks. The sound of laughter floated through the trees, chasing away the darkness and filling Giggle Grove with warmth. Finally, the mayor spotted Dr. Grace and ran towards her. "You've saved Giggle Grove," he exclaimed. "Thank you, thank you, thank you." He pulled her towards the dancing crowd. "Join us. Let the laughter begin." And the animals of Giggle Grove laughed all the way into the night. They played, danced, and sang until it was time for bed. Even the shyest animals were giggling and having a wonderful time. When Dr. Grace finally returned home, she couldn't stop smiling. Being a doctor was fun. Sometimes all it took was a tickle feather, a riddle, and a kazoo to bring a smile back to someone's face. She poured herself a cup of chamomile tea and snuggled into her comfy chair. The next day, Dr. Grace woke up feeling refreshed. She knew that no matter what problems the animals of Wonderwood faced, as long as they had each other, they could always find a reason to laugh. As she sipped her morning tea, she noticed that her socks were mismatched. "Oh dear," she said with a chuckle. "How will I choose which ones to wear?" This cheered her up even more than her delicious tea. After all, being a doctor was fun. Dr. Grace and the animals of Giggle Grove learned that even when the laughter fades away, it can always come back, as long as you have friends to share it with. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this magical tale, don't forget to subscribe for more enchanting adventures. And if you want to help us spread joy and laughter to even more viewers, please give us a like. Together we can bring happiness to everyone. Now close your eyes, count to 5, and wish for something wonderful to happen. If you wish upon a star, anything can happen.